Hi, I'm Robert Neal from Rob Miller. We are producing a set of videos to help our customers understand and make the most of the products that we sell. In this first video we're going to be talking about regulators and CO2. Okay, let's start with the CO2 itself. So here we have a 6.3 kilo CO2 cylinder. That means it contains 6.3 kilos of liquid CO2. It's a common pub gas cylinder. To get hold of these, what you need to do is Google pub gas in your area. That will come up with a supplier for you. Different suppliers have different methods of selling you gas. Some will sell you the cylinder and then you can swap it for a refill. Others will rent you a cylinder and then you can also swap the rental out for a new cylinder. Okay, so here we have a regulator. Simply screws directly to the CO2 bottle. Needs to be done at relatively tight, although it does have a soft nylon washer, so it no need to go overboard. This is a professional style regulator made by a company called ODL from Italy. It's buy once, you won't need to buy again. It will just keep on working. We have had problems with some lower quality welding style regulators that we've completely stopped doing. They just weren't reliable enough for the job. So simply bolts to the CO2 bottle itself. Has a screw here. Now you can't. That screw's caged. It won't come out. Simply screw the screw in to deliver CO2. To deliver more pressure, screw the screw out to decrease the pressure. Now you'll see on here we've got two gauges. This is your high pressure gauge. So if I turn the bottle on, you'll see that this dial's moved, showing that we've actually got pressure in this CO2 bottle. That will slowly decrease as the bottle empties. Let me just turn that off. We'll put the dial in that actually delivers the CO2. We'll be delivering the CO2 to the keg, and you'll be able to hear it just start. Okay, now if I block that off, you will now see this dial here start to move. So that's showing you the pressure that the regulator will be delivering to the keg itself. So this regulator has a John Guest fitting here. All of these John Guest fittings work on the same principle. They're push fit. So this particular one is for 3/8 beer line. This line can be used for beer or gas. Obviously in this application we're using it for gas. So all these John Guest fittings work on the same principle. They're simply push fit. So push the line in. I can see that's now a completely gas tight fitting. If you want to remove the gas line, simply hold the grey collar close in and pull the pipe out. And you can do that as many times as you like. It will still create a gas tight fitting. So getting the gas into the keg and getting the beer out of the keg, we have a very similar setup. So let's just move that one out the way for the second, and we'll talk about the gas side. There's options, and there's various different qualities of disconnect. This is about the best one that you can buy. This is made by a German company called CMB. So that's the highest quality one that we sell. We then sell this one here, which is still a very good quality. It's going to give you good service. However, it's a slightly cheaper model. Moving on from that, we have a stainless version. Now this is the most expensive one that we do, super durable product that will last forever, and all of these are serviceable as well. Finally, this is the same as this one here. It's the premium one. However, it's a barb rather than a threaded connection. So instead of using a John Guest fitting to screw onto, and it's same as the other John Guest fitting, so it's push fit. It's a simple barb operation, so the beer or gas line in this instant just push fits on and actually creates a gas tight seal. You may want to put what we call an Otica clip on there to actually make sure there's no leaks. And to get this to seal absolutely ideally, you need to heat up this gas line in just a cup of hot water, and then you'll find that it pushes on completely and makes a gas tight seal. Our preferred method and the most reliable method is to use a threaded fitting with a John Guest fitting on it. Now, what we can do if you need to serve 2 kegs at once, or want to have even 3 kegs on, using one regulator, it only means that you can deliver the same gas pressure to each keg. However, we can do it by using a splitter. So it's a John Guest fitting, works exactly the same as the one that I've just shown you. Push fit in, push fit into the regulator. Now we can split the gas line 2 ways, or indeed we've got a 3-way splitter, so we can split it now out to 3 separate kegs. So here we're looking at a reliable way to mobile dispense. This can be connected to any keg, and it's using these 16-gram CO2 bottles with the threads. Simply screws into the bottom of the regulator here, and we need to make sure that the regulator is completely turned off before we start screwing the gas in. You'll hear a little bit of gas escape just while the O-ring seals. But here we are. So we can now see the gauge here. We can now dispense gas and turn it off. So it's not like these regulators used to be, where once you've screwed the gas bulb on, it's one shot, that's it. We've now got a reliable way to turn the gas on and off again. Now this regulator will screw directly onto a corny disconnect. So this will now sit on top of a corny keg and delivering gas, or we can use another John Guest fitting. Now this one has 3/8 beer line, gas line connection on it. And again, once we've got a connection to 3/8 beer line or gas line, we can then dispense even a commercial keg. This will just go straight into the gas side of the commercial keg.